Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. Now, I am pre-recording this before Anaheim Regionals, but you guys are watching this on Monday or later, so I don't know what happened over this weekend. I don't know what I'm playing either, or what I played rather, because you're seeing this in the future. But yeah, expect a video regarding the results probably on Wednesday. But I wanted to showcase this deck. I'm sure this deck will feature, like, at least like it will show up to the tournament. I don't know how good or bad it will do, but I'm pretty sure this will show up at the tournament. This is Quad Taurus. Now, this is a budget version of the deck. It's kind of like it's trying to use a more straightforward engine, I guess. Less liabilities on your bench, named Shaman EX. And I feel like one of the biggest issues, if you will, with Taurus is the fact that if your opponent plays around Taurus smartly, your damage output is not too impressive. And if they especially have like a one-hit KO potential on something or on Taurus, you're not gonna put too much pressure, so you want to force your opponent to attack into you, and then that's why, well, pretty much the only attacking Pokemon is Taurus. I am using a Mewtwo from Evolutions because Mega Mewtwo is the biggest threat to this deck, so if they pile up their energies, you can actually get a KO with the Mewtwo. But yeah, no Shaman. We're using Nest Ball and Ultra Ball and like 4 Trainers Mail and a ton of supporters, so hopefully that will be enough to pull us through. I've tested the deck a few games and it has worked okay, so I see no reason why not to show this different engine. You can definitely fit Shaman. You could easily drop the 3 Nest Balls and add 2 Ultra Balls, and there's 1 space for Shaman, and then either drop a Kukui, drop the Lillie, drop the Delinquent, drop a Lysander, which we have 3 of in this deck, and it's something I want to start experimenting with more, and maybe even a Trainer's Mail. So you have a lot of options here. The Pokemon are not too energy demanding, so that's pretty good. And yeah, so Taurus depends or relies on your opponent attacking into it to really do significant damage. Horn Attack is good to put pressure, but you don't really want to depend solely on that. Now that I'm talking about this, I feel like I should probably add a Special Charge, so I'm gonna do that right now, live. I mean, sure, wow, I'm sorry about that. Sure, Taurus is not too energy demanding, but if there's gonna be like energy denial, if you expect to see energy denial, you should definitely consider playing the Special Charge. So yeah, the GX attack is obviously its main asset. It's too bad you can only use it once per game, but there's no way around that. So you want to put pressure with Horn Attack and combine that with Rage so that you can get some KOs, some further KOs. Mewtwo, as I mentioned, is there to punish something like a big Yveltal, to punish a big Mewtwo, to act as a 7th prize potentially. And Garbodor is there because a lot of decks, such as TCG, such as Greninja, would have an easier time KOing Taurus perhaps if they had access to abilities. So without them, they definitely have to eventually attack into your Taurus. We have energy denial in the form of Crushing Hammer and Enhanced Hammer, 4 and 2 of each. We have Escape Ropes to get out of sticky situations. We have 3 Nest Ball and 2 Ultra Ball, as I mentioned. That's our Pokemon Search draw engine, but we don't really need too many Pokemon out immediately. It's not super crucial to get Garbodor out right away, so I feel like we can get by with 2 Garbodor and 2 Ultra Ball. We have the 4 Verse Seeker, we have the 3 Trainers Mail, we have 3 Stadiums, 2 Parallels, and 1 Silent Lab. We have a Delinquent as well. We have a Lillie, which I'm not a fan of. I know a lot of people are testing it. I'm generally not a big fan of Lillie, but I can see the merit why you would include it. I feel like, and I think I touched on this when I did the Sun and Moon special, Lillie is something you really want on turn 1, so playing more copies of Lillie means you get a better odds of accessing Lillie on turn 1, But then you also don't want to play too many cards, because after turn 1, Lillie is a very subpar trainer compared to N and Sycamore, so it's a delicate balance. I'm trying one out, probably not worth it, I would say, but doesn't hurt us to have it. For Sycamore, 2 Kukui, because I feel like increasing Taurus's damage output, or maybe messing with your opponent's calculations off of Rage, is essential here. So 2 Professor Kukui might be a surprise, and it allows us to draw into it a lot faster than running only 1 copy would allow. Maybe you could even go 3 Kukui over the Lillie, something like that. Like, I encourage you guys to try new things. 2N, 1 Team Flare Grunt to keep up with the energy denial strategy, and then we have 3 Fighting Fury Belt, 3 Float Stone for our Garbs, and 7 total energy. 4 basic double colorless and 3 fairy energy, just in case our opponents are using their first stadium weekend free retreat. These could easily be psychic energy though, and maybe it's better to use psychic energy. I don't think you're ever gonna use barrier. If you're really hard pressed to use offensive bomb, you're probably in a bad situation. But hey, I guess strictly speaking, fairy energy, psychic energy is probably better than fairy, so I'll do that change too. Why not? Let's play the psychic energy instead. Like, from testing, it hasn't really come up at all so far. I guess we get to use the cool gold border energy, but yeah, that's the deck. We want to just straight out beat down our opponents. There's not really too much of a strategy behind this other than attack and try to retaliate whatever your opponent does with some extra damage. And yeah, the deck is fast, the deck is straightforward, the deck is reliable. You don't even need the max elixirs in this deck, because you can attack for a single DCE with all of your Pokemon, so as long as you find those, you are pretty okay there. Now we're up against a metal type deck. Well, metal, psychic, colorless. This could potentially be something like Talonflame, Solgaleo, Lunala. I'm not entirely sure. My opponent is going first. And yeah, another advantage of not playing Shaman is the fact that you don't start Shaman ever. So essentially, we have 4 good starters, 1 okay-ish starter with Mewtwo, and then 2 Trubbish which are okay as well, because we do have the Float Stones to retreat. I am mulliganing twice here, 3 times now. That sucks, but even going second is not that big a deal, because sure, we can energy denial, and then we can also like start putting pressure. This is too many mulligans though. This is definitely way too many mulligans, and I guess we immediately get punished for not running Shaman by not having any draw. Same old story, right? I start the Verse Seekers over any other supporter I could have. I start the Float Stone. There's a ton of outs though. We do have a ton of outs, so I'm sure we'll be fine. Or I hope we will be fine. Now my opponent will take all 5 mulligans. And we see a Magearna. So this might actually simply be Mega Ray, which is of course a bad matchup for this, because well, it's not necessarily a bad matchup, but it's also not a very good one, because they can potentially wait, or the Mega Ray player can simply potentially wait to have the perfect setup. So timing the Parallel City is going to be really important. I hope my opponent goes crazy. But yeah, timing the Parallel City, and it's Mega Ray, timing the Parallel City with the Trubbish or with the Garbodor is going to be really crucial. Finding the Fighting Fury belts will be very crucial as well. Yeah, my opponent didn't get the super explosive start. I do top the Gakukui, so let's see if we can draw something good out of that. Another pair of useless cards. I guess I'll discard one of those. But yeah, man, we could be drawing Trainer's Mail, we could be drawing Lillie and Kukui. Well, I got Kukui, I guess, or Sycamore. But we're not gonna put pressure. If I had Shaman, sure, I would be able to potentially do something more here. Maybe my opponent, I don't know. I generally have no idea. He can attach Retreat and Mega Turbo. Now he only needs 2 Pokemon and a Mega Turbo to KO my Taurus. And by playing that Super Rod, that indicates, yeah, either Shaman or Sycamore. So, yeah, odds are not looking good for us. Or things are not looking good, rather. Another Mega Ray. Still at 5 cards. There's a Retreat. And there's a Mega Turbo. I mean, my opponent will not attack into this. He will most definitely not attack into this. Yeah, he's Sycamore, so he will obviously find another basic Pokemon. I don't think we're necessarily out of this yet, but our initial hand just really punished us. Absolutely, completely punished us. And what can you do? There's a KO. Perfect maths. If we had a Fighting Fury Belt, maybe we could have avoided the 1-hit KO. But yeah, we have like another Seeker, and we will get absolutely nothing. So I mean, I could remove the TCG, I could play the Parallel City, whatever. I mean, I was not going to win that game. So yeah. Maybe the non-Shaman, like I tested this for a few games and no Shaman never really hurt me that bad, you know? There were situations where I wanted Shaman, there were situations where I could have had an easier time if I had Shaman, but never like this bad of a dead hand. Not very common, I would say. Definitely not very common. Now we're up against a pure dragon type deck, and we are actually going to start mulliganing. This might be the Haxor's crap. Wow, my opponent has 4 basic Pokemon already. I generally don't think my opponent is using a competitive deck. It's obviously all based on dragon Pokemon. Man, I mean, even if I had Shaman, it would not save me in this situation, so... Oh boy. Let's try and make the best out of this. My opponent will take the mulligans, I'm guessing, and wow, it's actually quad Salamence. Yeah, losing all of these things is not ideal, but I mean, do I even have a choice? I could Lysander, right? I could Lysander. This is a Salamence EX deck, I can't believe this. Probably a Mega Salamence deck. I could Lysander the Salamence EX to prevent energy attachments, but really need to just Sycamore here. Okay. So I do find Taurus, I do find another Nest Ball to find another Taurus, and now we're talking, okay? Now we are definitely talking. I will do this, I will do this, and because I really thought my opponent will be able to attack me, well actually if he is able to attack me, I'm okay with him attacking me. So hopefully he plays down a double Dragon Energy. With the energy denial I am running, I should be able to run my opponent out of double dragon energies, at least at the beginning, and make him struggle to find them. But he might not even be using any, because we see a water energy immediately. But yeah, my opponent just passes. Okay, I will take that. No double dragon energy. I could start pressuring the Salamence EX with the Lysander, and I think that's a good idea because Salamence EX is the threat, and this way either I force him to attack, he will be only dealing 10 damage because I have no Pokemon EX in play, or he finds a double dragon which we can remove, uses Dragon Strike, activates my Rage, and we are good to go. So imagine if Salamence dealt damage based on like the EX Pokemon you had in play instead of your opponent. That would be absolutely nuts. That would actually be nuts. Wow, a whole Ultra Ball. So my opponent has quite a few of the good cards. There's a Salamence EX. I have no idea what it does. Another Ultra Ball. This card's a Salamence and a Mega Turbo. There's a Shaman. There's a Mega. So Mega Salamence does 100 plus 40 more damage for every fire energy you do discard. So right now, if he's able to find a fire energy or a double dragon, wow. Okay, so that's what Salamence does. Salamence one-hit KOs you. Salamence one-hit KOs you. And he's gonna discard the double dragon energy himself. So, wow, no, he actually chooses to retreat. That's a mistake, I think. Is it basic energy? Oh, it's basic energy. Never mind. I thought it was any fire energy and I was like, what? How is this not seeing a lot of play? But no, it's not basic energy. It's only special energy. So we are good here, guys. We are good. We get to remove the double dragon energy. We even top deck a Fighting Fury Belt. And here I'm not going to Lysander. I'm just gonna Sycamore. I can't just be left in the dark. And as long as I set up a Garb here, I should be okay. I'm not even gonna bother playing the Silent Lab. I'll just do this and I'll find my Garb. Now he's gonna have a really hard time powering up anything, like literally anything, and I can two-shot the Reshiram's thanks to the Fighting Fury Belt, so I'm really good here. I'm actually in a really good position. I mean, we're obviously not against the most competitive deck, but I guess that helps. I don't know. There's a Sycamore, there's another Double Dragon Energy. There's one Mega Turbo for the water. And another pass. Okay. So, yeah, sure, why not? I'll Delinquent. Force my opponent into discarding X whatever cards he wants. I'm really in no hurry. I'm actually in no hurry at all. Whenever he does deal 100 damage, we'll be okay. If he doesn't deal 100 damage, it's really not looking good for my opponent to be able to 1-hit KO the Taurus. He would need a Mega Turbo and a Fire Energy in the discard pile, plus a Fire Energy in his hand. So yeah, another one of those. A Hydreigon and a Berserker for a Sycamore. I guess Hydreigon is a pretty good. Like, I see the merit behind the deck, but without a reliable way to recover energy from the discard pile, or like to accelerate the energy, I'm not a fan. If Salamence X didn't say basic energy though, that would be absolutely huge. Oh wow, he actually found the Mega Turbo and the energy, so he will be able to KO my poor Taurus. Whoops. Okay. He will be able to KO me. How many Mega Turbos though? 3. So yeah, this should generally be his first and last one-hit KO. I guess he only needs 2 basic fire to KO me if I don't have a Fighting Fury belt. Okay, so I top deck the Taurus. I get another Taurus out. I could attack with Mewtwo. Could also attack with Mewtwo. And now 60. 230 damage. Yikes. I'm going to Sycamore. No, I'm going to end my opponent. One less card. I get to keep the Lysander and I get to reduce my opponent's huge hand. Well, I get 5, so 2 less cards. And no Fighting Fury belt just yet. There's a Mewtwo. And can I? Nope, but I can find an Enhanced Hammer. So I don't know if I want to use the Enhanced Hammer right now. I'm gonna save it. I genuinely doubt my opponent can attack here. But yeah, as you can see, the 60 damage is becoming really underwhelming at this point. Like really, really underwhelming. My opponent uses his Scorched Earth. What's that? A Max Elixir. Okay, a Max Elixir which can't be attached to the Mega. And he's going to Lillie. Yikes. Does he find the last Mega Turbo? Does he actually find the last Mega Turbo? If he does, yeah, okay, he doesn't. Great. No abilities for him. More good news for us. I haven't seen a single Crushing Hammer either. Okay, so I will discard it now, whatever. Another Trainer's Mail. There's one Crushing Hammer. No sign of the Fighting Fury belt though. And I flip heads, perfect. So no energy on my opponent's side of the field. I'm not playing the Float Stone just yet. I don't think I really need to. I'd rather wait for my opponent to maybe try to Lysander and stall me out or something like that. Okay. There's another double dragon. I really need to find my Fighting Fury belts though. I really need to find them. And in a deck out scenario, I feel like I should still win. Like I can simply Lysander up Hydreigon. I feel like. Wow, there's a Mega Turbo. There's the last Mega Turbo. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do my Horn attack. Now my opponent most definitely cannot KO me, so this can buy me some time to find more Crushing Hammers, to potentially find the Team Player of Grunt as well, which should be in the deck. My opponent will end me, but I still have 3 Crushing Hammers, so as long as I flip 1 heads off of those, I'll be fine. There's the other Fire Energy. Is he going to attack? No. He's obviously not going to attack here. Or at least he shouldn't. And there's a victory, yeah. So even if he managed another KO, I don't think that would have mattered too much, because powering up another Salamence EX would have been really difficult for him. Really, really difficult. So yeah, we get a win here. So let's see if we can keep that up. Now we're up against a dark type deck. Now we are up against a dark type deck. I do want to go first. And And the mulligan story is still going strong here. Still going strong. Yeah, those Squirtle sleeves are cool, actually. The Squirtle deck bugs and Squirtle... Squirtle deck bugs and Squirtle sleeves. Okay. So, okay. Thankfully we do top deck out of this. Thankfully. I have no idea what my opponent is playing, but I have a feeling it's something like Yveltal. So I will be the first one to play the Parallel City. See, I feel like Enhanced Hammer is going to be really good. So I'm just gonna end for now. I don't need any other Pokemon right here. I do find more Taurus, which is awesome. And I find energy as well, so that's pretty cool. One Tauros-GX is priced. One Tauros-GX is priced, and then one Sycamore is as well. I believe the Delinquent, one DCE and one energy. Yeah, okay, so those are broadly my prices. Now, if I fear my opponent has, like, I'm playing this energy out of fear of an Enhanced Hammer. That's 100% why I'm playing that that energy, out of fear of an Enhanced Hammer. I guess I should fear the Delinquent too. Now that I realize it, I'm walking into all these Delinquents. I'm actually walking into all these Delinquents. There's an Ultra Ball, Lysander and Super Rod. I really think this is Yveltal there. There we go. There we go. So hopefully no turn 1 Delinquent. That would be awful. There's the Float Stone. He whiffed the Elixir, which is great, and he doesn't. So maybe I played too conservatively, but I guess I am the kind of player that would rather be safe than sorry. I can potentially remove the energy right here. Nope. I can't do this though. I can do this. And I can lose my 2 Verse Seekers and set up Garbodor already. And Sycamore, yeah. That's my play here. So I'm going on the like really offensive train here. Having such a low energy cost is really good, and I even find the escape ropes, so I will be able to get the first hit off on the Yveltal, which is great. Now my opponent could pull off a Ninja Boy play though. He could do that, so maybe I'm better off just targeting the Shaman EX here. Maybe that's just better. I mean, he can definitely Sky Return, but that sets him back another turn, because I did flip heads. But no, he simply attaches energy to the Yveltal, which I am okay with. He will Verse Seeker, and once again, that's fine. We might be able to take these 2 prizes off of the Shaman. We find our other 2 Fighting Fury belts, which is awesome, and he whiffs another Elixir. That's unfortunate. And benches a Taurus. Okay, so we are good here. We are definitely good. Or rather, we are okay, I guess. I'll grab the Crushing Hammer. If I flip heads here, we are going to be absolutely golden. And I do. Wow. I actually do. So yeah, I'm just gonna take the KO. I don't need to waste my supporter cards or my Verse Seeker. They might come in handy later on. Missing energy attachments is not that big a deal. The Psychic energy is also not important. It's the 3rd Psychic energy, so Yeah, well, Taurus is an issue, but we can double Lysander here, which is cool. We can actually double Lysander, except that my opponent plays another N. So now that might worry me. I do find a Lysander, and there's a victory. Okay, so yeah, my opponent probably didn't draw any energy. I don't think if he drew energy he would have attacked. The energy denial ended up being like the important thing here. I did flip 2 out of 3 heads. That's average. I mean, you could expect the last Crushing Hammer to whiff. So flipping average is what put us way ahead in this game. And yeah. So yeah, a bit shorter video, guys. I hope you understand. I'm prepping for Anaheim as I do this. Like, the video helps a little bit to prep and everything. You guys will be seeing this on Monday. Hopefully I did well at Anaheim. And I will be telling you guys all about it on Wednesday's video, because I will wait to record that so that I know how I did. Hopefully update the championship point count as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for your support. Leave a like on the video if you can, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye bye.